Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Today we are going to start with the civics lesson. Lesson number one, that is the Indian Constitution. I hope I am audible to everyone. My voice is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then today we are going to start with chapter one of civics, the Indian Constitution. Now, can anybody, before starting the lesson, I want to just discuss about the word constitution. Can anybody tell me what do you mean by the word constitution? Everybody is aware about this word. I hope you have heard this word constitution. This is not a new word for you.
Rules that written in constitution.
What?
मैम हमारा संविधान
एक बार वापस से बोलिए प्लीज. I want to, yes, speak out again. It was not clear.
मैम हमारा संविधान
हमारा
Ma'am,
संविधान.
law.
मैम मतलब जो इंडिया के रूल बनाए गए हैं मैम उनको प्रॉपरली फॉलो करना.
Very good. The rules and regulations. The constitution is a set of rules and regulation, which is our Indian constitution is a written document, है ना? लिखे हुए हैं. All the rules and regulations are written. So what is the constitution? It is a set of rules and regulations according to which the government has to follow and run the administration. है ना? Now
Yes, ma'am.
understood this word constitution. Now in this lesson we are going to talk about our Indian constitution. That is, we will talk about our constitution, Indian constitution, uh, what all importance is there of the Indian constitution. We will read about all that. What is a constitution and why our country needs a constitution. Sorry. So, to begin with, in this chapter, we are going to begin with a football game. Now, the chapter is starting with the example of a football game. A game many of you have probably heard of. The football game is not new to you. This is also a word is most commonly used in the games. One of the game. So, or even played. As the name suggests, this is a game that involves the player's feet. Now, in this game, what happens? The football, as the name indicates, the word football means the players had to play with the what? Hands or legs?
feet
Feet.
Legs.
Legs or feet, we can say feet. According to the rules of football, if the ball touches the arm of any player, so if the ball touches the arm of any player, that means except the
Penalty.
goalkeeper, except the goalkeeper. गोलकीपर का तो आर्म टच कर सकती है, but except the goalkeeper, other players are there, and the ball if touches the arms of other player, any other player, then it is considered a foul. Clear? So this is a type of rule in a football game. So if players start holding the ball in their hands and passing it around, then they are not playing football anymore. So if the players start holding the football in the hand, the ball in their hand, and start passing the ball from one to another uh, with the hands only, that means they are not playing a football game, because football game is it is necessary in a football game to play with the feet. So this is a type of rule you can see in a football game. So like a football game only in our society, many rules and regulations are there in every sphere of life. Whatever it is there, some particular rules you have to follow there. Means if you are attending a party, you have to follow rule. If you are going to a restaurant or at in a dinner and all, you have to follow some rules and regulation. Nowadays you see the pandemic is there, there also you have to follow some rules and regulations. So if like this only, the football game here example is given that in a football game, if everybody is playing with the feet, then it's a fair game. You are playing a football. But if anybody's arm touches the ball, that means a foul is there. And if they passes the ball with their hand from one player to another, that means they are not playing the football at all. Similarly, with the other games also we can see. the cricket also have the rules according to which they are played. Means every game has a rule here. Each of these rules help define a game and helps us distinguish one game from another. So if every game we have understood that and seen also that every game has its own rules and regulations which had to be followed. And if we are not following that particular rule and regulation, that means you are not playing a fair game. In the same way, as these are fundamental to game means these are very important to the game. These rules and regulations are very important in the game. We can also call them the constitutive rule of the game. That means each and every player who is playing in that particular game, it is important for the player to follow all the rules and regulations and to play accordingly the fair game. Like these games, a society also has constitutive rules. Now just now I talked about the society, that society is also having the rules, that what makes is different it from the other kind of societies. दूसरी जो societies है उनसे अलग वो difference means each and every sphere in the society or in a community or in the religion, we can say each and every group has its own rules and regulations to follow, which make a different with as compared to the other uh, groups or other religion or other caste and all. So आपके religion में भी कुछ follow करने के लिए rules and regulations होंगे, कुछ caste के rules and regulations जो आपके religion और caste को अलग दूसरी कास्ट और रिलीजन से अलग दिखाते हैं. So each and everywhere we can see these rules and regulations. In the large society in which different communities of the people live together, these rules are formulated through consciousness. Consciousness means these rules and regulations in the large societies where the societies are big. So the rules and regulations are there. Each and every member of the society has to follow. But these rules are formulated. They are given through the consciousness. The agreement of each and every member is there on that particular rule and regulation. Means every member of the society had to follow and had to agree upon all those rules and regulations which are made for the benefit of the society. And in modern countries, these consciousness is usually available in a written form. So in the modern countries nowadays, we see that our country has a written document, written form of rules and regulations. So you can underline now a written document which is in which we find such rules and regulation is called constitution. So what is constitution? Constitution is the set of rules and regulations, the documents in which rules are written. So it that rules and regulation might be uh, there for playing particular game or for particular following particular religion or for particular caste or for particular group. So rules and regulations are there for each and every sphere. But these rules are written and in the written form, and that is called as a constitution. Clear? Constitution क्या है? Rules regulations सब जगह follow होते हैं. But the written document in which the rules are given, it is called as constitution. And India is having a written constitution, written document, and that is why we are going to read about in a this lesson, class 8. We have looked at Indian constitution in class 6th and 7th in our social and political life textbook. We have already understood these key terms. Indian constitution is not new to you. It is already understood in class 6th and 7th in civics books. Have you ever wondered why we need a constitution or been curious about how the constitution got written or who wrote it? Now the question arises that have you ever wondered, have you ever thought about that why do we need such a constitution? क्यों rules and regulations की जरूरत पड़ती है? And the question may arise that our India is having a written document, written constitution. Then who has written this constitution? And why these rules and regulations are important for us to follow? So in this chapter, we will discuss both these issues. That is, which issues? Why do we need a constitution? And how the constitution got written or who wrote it. So these two issues will be discussed here. In this chapter, we will discuss both these issues and also look for the key features. So these three things mainly we will study in this lesson of Indian Constitution. Each of these features is crucial to the working democracy in India. Very important. Crucial means each and every feature which is discussed in this lesson is very important for the working of a democracy. Democracy means, I hope democracy word is also not new to you. What is a democracy? Yes, what is a democracy?
आजादी
Democracy is azadi. No, the independence is azadi, beta. Independence को बोलते हैं आजादी. Democracy, democracy.
भेदभाव मैम.
Ma'am, where people elect their representatives.
This is a one point that people elect the representative. So democracy, true meaning exactly we can say that democracy is a form of government. Many different forms of government are there. Monarchy is there where the rule of king is there, है ना? One person rule is there. Then dictatorship is there. Military rule is there. In that one of the type is democracy. That is democratic form of government. Democracy is what democracy? Democracy is a form of government in which the people choose their representatives. Choose करते हैं representatives to form the government. Now it is clear what is democracy.
Yes, ma'am.
Democracy is a form of government. First, it is a form of government. And now we'll state clearly that it is a form of government where people choose the representatives to form the government. Clear? So each of these features, whatever features we are going to read in this lesson, is very important from the point of view. Which point of view? Democratic point of view. Means democracy जो इंडिया में democratic form of government follow किया जाता है. It is very important. These key features are very important in a country like democracy, where we are following a democratic form of government. And some of these will be focus of different chapters in this book. और अलग अलग chapters से हम especially अलग अलग features को importance देकर पढ़ेंगे. Now, why does a question arises? Why does a country needs a constitution? A country को अब एक देश को constitution की क्यों जरूरत पड़ती है? Written rules and regulations की क्यों जरूरत पड़ती है? This is the question, and for the detailed understanding is given here in 19. Now first we will read this about the picture. In 1934, the Indian National Congress made a demand for the Constituent Assembly. Now, who made the demand and when for the Constituent Assembly? Who made the demand and when?
Congress Party.
Indian National Congress made the demand in which year? 1934 for a Constituent Assembly. For a Constituent Assembly means Constituent Assembly को बनाने के लिए एक डिमांड रखी गई नेशनल कांग्रेस के द्वारा. Now during the Second World War, this assertion for an independent Constituent Assembly formed only of Indians gained momentum, and this was conveyed in December 1946. Now during the Second World War के period में this assertion means this demand for the independent Constituent Assembly formed only of Indians gained momentum. Gained momentum means बहुत ज़्यादा ये इस तरीके की डिमांड फुलफिल करने के लिए रखा गया. आगे मीन्स डिमांड रखी गई कि we should have the Constituent Assembly. And this was conveyed in December 1946. और ये बात कब रखी गई? December 1946 में. The photo on page number 2 shows some members of Constituent Assembly. Now the photo on page number 2, picture on page number 2 is the members of the Constituent Assembly here. These are the members of the Constituent Assembly. Now, between December 1946 and November 1949, the Constituent Assembly drafted a constitution. Now, when the Constituent Assembly drafted the constitution, between the year 1946, that is of December, and November 1949, the Constituent Assembly drafted a constitution for independent India. Swatantra Bharat, के लिए 1946 में हमको आज़ादी मिल गई थी। उसके बाद हमें स्वतंत्र भारत के लिए एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की प्रॉपर रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस की ज़रूरत थी टू सो दैट द कंट्री कैन बी गवर्न properly, and that in that case in December 1946 and November 1949, between these years the Constituent Assembly drafted the Constitution, now free to shape their destiny at last after 150 years of British rule. That means British rule was how many years? 150 years. For 150 years, Britishers had ruled India. And after 150 years, now we were free to shape our future. Destiny means to shape our future. The members of the Constituent Assembly approached this task with great idealism that the freedom struggle had helped produce. Now you will read more about the work of Constituent Assembly later in this chapter. Now later in this chapter, you are going to read about what all work did Constituent Assembly did and what all uh, steps were taken to form a good constitution for free India. Now the photo alongside shows Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru addressing the Constituent Assembly. Now here Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru at that time was there, and he is addressing the Constituent Assembly, rest of the members of the assembly. Now, today's most countries in the world have a constitution. Nowadays, we mostly see that each and every country has its own constitution, own rules and regulations to follow. While all democratic countries are likely to have a constitution, it is not necessary that all countries that have a constitution are democratic. Now, all countries in the world mostly are having a constitution, but it cannot be said so that if all the countries are having a constitution, those all countries are a democratic countries. ये नहीं कहा जा सकता कि जितनी भी countries जिनके constitution है अपने जिनके अपने rules and regulations है वो सब क्या है democratic. It cannot be said so. It is not necessary that all countries which are having the constitution they are a democratic country. So the constitution serves several purposes. बहुत सारे purposes sort out करता है constitution. Now first thing, what is the first thing? It lays out ideals that forms the basis of kind of country that we as citizens aspire to live in. Now it lays means constitution lays down, had given us certain ideals. Certain ideals means certain goals, certain principles. You can write down the meanings if so that you cannot you remember it afterwards also when you read the lesson yourself. So first important purpose the constitution is to lay down, to give certain ideals. Ideals means to give certain goals and principles that forms the basis of the country that we as citizens aspire to live in. जो हम as a citizen we wish that a country should be like this. इस type के goals or principles constitution हमें देता है. So in the constitution, those types of ideals, goals and principles are set up in which we as a citizen aspire to live in. के हाँ इस तरीके के goals और principle होने चाहिए ताकि हम इस type का country में हम आराम से रह सके, peacefully रह सके. Or put another way, a constitution tell us what the fundamental nature of the society is. Now this can be said in another way also, that a constitution also tells us what should be the nature of the society. Means जो society में हम लोग रह रहे हैं, citizens रह रहे हैं, people रह रहे हैं, वो society किस type के society होनी चाहिए, what type of rules and regulations to be followed, this is all mentioned in a constitution. So a country is usually made up of different communities. As we know that different groups of people are living in a country, different religion people are living, different caste, class, social background, plus different groups, rich class, high class, illiterate, literate. So many different communities of the people are living who share beliefs, certain beliefs, but may not necessarily agree on all issues. जिनकी अपनी खुद की मान्यताएं हो सकती है. They have their own certain beliefs to follow, but may not necessarily agree on all issues. वो सारे issues पे agree नहीं कर सकती हैं because they are having their own different religion, their own different caste, their own social group, society, and all. So might be that there can be controversies, there can be conflict among these social groups, which might be कि एक group तो follow कर रहा है, दूसरा group उससे agree नहीं कर सकता. So a constitution helps serve a set of rules. A constitution helps to set up a set of rules and principles that all persons in the country can agree upon, as a basis of which in which they want the country to be governed. Now, the constitution, what constitution does now in this case, where different types of, where many diversities are found, many types of diversities are found, in that case what happened, the constitution help us to form such rules and regulations, such principles, that all persons, the group, the communities of all persons which are living in a country, they can get they agree upon that, and they follow those principles, those rules all together, and in which they want the country to be governed, और वो rules and regulations से ताकि country उसके according ही administer किया जाए, govern किया जाए. This includes not only the type of government but also an agreement on certain ideals that they all believe the country should uphold. Now this not only includes the type of government, भी सिर्फ government ही एक तरीके का नहीं हो सकती कि constitution में सिर्फ यही लिखा है कि सिर्फ इस type की government होनी चाहिए that can work for the upliftment of the country, but it also has an agreement, एक तरीके का agreement होता है यहाँ पर on certain ideals. Ideals मैंने बताया अभी, goals and principles. So it has certain agreements of certain goals and principles that all believe the country should uphold. जो कि सारे group of people, सारे community के लोग, those who are living in a country, they believe in those goals, in those principles, and for the benefit of the country. I hope this page is clear. Understood this page? The importance of the constitution, the first part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to the next page. Now let us try and understand what we mean by these through two contrasting situations in the recent history of Nepal. Now two contrasting situations means two different situations here. We are going to read in this lesson about the history of Nepal, where it will be made more clear about the things we have understood here. That is the beliefs. The constitution have to serve as the set of rules and regulations are there in which for all the persons which are living in a country can follow upon. So here we can read now the situations in the recent history of Nepal. Now country Nepal. Nepal is a country which borders India on the north. So where is Nepal? Nepal borders India on the north side, there on the north part. Until recently, Nepal was a monarchy. Now Nepal, previously Nepal was a country where monarchy government. Now here in the previous page, I had made you clear that different types of government are present. Monarchy, I also taken the name. Monarchy means rule of one person, एक ruler, राजा का rule बोल सकते हैं, we can say, है ना. तो previously Nepal was having a monarchy. The previous constitution of Nepal, which had been adopted in 1990, reflect the fact that the final authority rested with the king. Now the constitution was here. The rule of the king was there, that is monarchy was prevailing in Nepal previously, and the constitution was also there in Nepal, and it was adopted in 1990. This constitution was adopted where? In 1990, and it reflected the fact that the final authority rested with the king. Your final authority है, that means whatever decision is taken for the country, for the people of the country, that final decision will be taken by the king itself. किसी का कहना नहीं, जो king ने decide कर दिया, that will be the final decision to be taken on. So here also we say that the country is having a constitution, but we can't say that this is a democratic form of government. Can we say that this is a democratic form of government? Now this country Nepal, when it was under monarchy, that is the rule of a king, क्या यहाँ पर जब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है तो डेमोक्रेसी है, यहाँ पर डेमोक्रेसी दिखने को मिलता है हमें यहाँ, ट्रू डेमोक्रेसी। हेलो, here can we find a democratic form of government? हेलो,
Yes, ma'am.
यहाँ
Yes,
पर
ma'am.
when the rule of a king is there, monarchy है, constitution है बना हुआ नेपाल में, तो can we say that this is a democratic form of government?
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
हाँ, why? Constitution is there. Constitution means rules and regulations are there, but the final power rested in the hands of a king. King के हाथ में है सब कुछ decision लेना. Final decision जो king लेगा वही है. That means the constitution is there, but this is not a democratic form of government. So this way we can say that the people's movement in Nepal fought for several decades to establish democracy in 2006. Now 2006 तक काफी मीन्स सेवरल डिकेड से ये मूवमेंट्स पीपल्स ने मूवमेंट स्टार्ट किया एक तरीके से अगेंस्ट द किंग, किंग के अगेंस्ट में बहुत बड़ा उन्होंने ऑब्जेक्शन रेज किया टू इस्टेब्लिश डेमोक्रेसी। डेमोक्रेसी कंट्री में डेमोक्रेटिक फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट लाने के लिए बहुत मूवमेंट स्टार्ट किया, एक तरीके से आंदोलन। लोगों ने एक आंदोलन शुरू करा किसके खिलाफ? मोनार्की फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ, अगेंस्ट द किंग। सो पीपल्स मूवमेंट इन नेपाल फॉट फॉर सेवरल डिकेड्स, बहुत सालों तक वो ये आंदोलन कंटिन्यू रखा to establish democracy in 2006, and finally 2006 they finally succeeded in putting an end to the power of the king. अब कब 2006 में finally they succeeded in putting an end to the monarchy form of government and establishing a democratic form of government. The people had to write a new constitution. अब जब democratic form of government आया, now what did people wanted? They wanted to write a new constitution to establish Nepal as a democracy. Up new constitution, why it was a need for the new constitution? Constitution was already there in the Nepal. Why then there was a need for the new constitution? Yes, who is going to say? Constitution was already there.
Ma'am, because that constitution was according of the monarchy of king.
Very good, very good. Because previously the constitution was there, but it was according to the monarchy, that is the rule of the king, and the decision, final decision was of the king only. Now, as Nepal got independence, got a democratic form of government in 2006, now for a democratic form of government, people wanted to write again a new constitution. नया constitution वापस वो चाहते थे कि नया constitution लिखा जाए. The reason that they did not want to continue with the previous constitution is because it did not reflect the ideals of the country. They want, अब जो constitution previous constitution था उसके वो जो goals and principles थे, they were not according to the people, according to which they want the country to be governed. उस टाइप के आइडियल्स, उस टाइप के गोल्स और प्रिंसिपल्स नहीं थे पुराने वाले कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में, जिस तरीके की अभी जो लोग वो चाहते थे कि उनकी कंट्री में इस टाइप के प्रिंसिपल और गोल्स हो ताकि वो अच्छे से उसका एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कंट्री का रन कर सके और लोगों का बेनिफिट हो सके. Clear why the people wanted a new constitution? They wanted it because the previous constitution did not reflect, कुछ शो नहीं कर रहा था the ideals, that is the goals and principle of the country that they want. They want means that the people want नेपाल टू बी, नेपाल को जिस तरीके का गोल्स प्रिंसिपल्स चाहिए थे उस टाइप के रूल्स रेगुलेशन प्रिंसिपल्स पुराने वाले कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में नहीं थे. दैट इज व्हाई विद द democratic form of government they also wanted to bring the change in the constitution. Now as in the game of football also you can see in which the change of the constitutive rules will change the game altogether. A football game maybe we have already understood that if the rules will not be followed at all, then that means you are not playing that particular football game. So Nepal, by moving from the monarchy to democratic government, needs a change all its constitutive rules in order to usher a new society, to uplift. Usher means to uplift a new society. न्यू सोसाइटी का को सामने लाने के लिए गवर्नमेंट को, जब मोनार्की से डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट में चेंज हो गई, देन डेफिनेटली न्यू रूल्स टू बी मेड फॉर अ डेमोक्रेटिक फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट इन नेपाल, for the upliftment. Usher means for the upliftment of the society. Now, this is why the people of Nepal adopted a new constitution for the country in 2015. So finally, in 2015, new constitution was adopted by the people of Nepal. Now, democratic form of government, when democracy was adopted there in Nepal in 2006. In 2006, Nepal had adopted democracy, and in 2015, new constitution was adopted. Now, the caption alongside elaborates Nepal's struggle for democracy. Now, ये कैप्शन जो दिया गया है, दिस इज द नेपाल, ये आंदोलन है लोगों का, ये देखने को मिल रहा है कि लोग मोनार्की फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ हैं. द कंट्री ऑफ नेपाल हैज विटनेस सेवरल पीपल स्ट्रगल फॉर डेमोक्रेसी. बहुत से लोगों ने डेमोक्रेसी के लिए स्ट्रगल किया है, फाइट किया है. There was a people's struggle in 1990s that established democracy that lasted for 12 years. 12 साल तक इन्होंने ये struggle fight करा until 2002. And in October 2002, King Gyanendra, citing the Maoist uprising in countryside as his reason, began taking over different aspects of the government with the army assistance. So who was the ruler at that time? King Gyanendra in Nepal. Clear? And the king that finally took over as the head of the government in February 2005. February 2005 तक इन्होंने rule करा. Then in November 2005, the Maoists joined other political parties to sign 12-point agreement. 12-point agreement was signed by the Maoist party. वहाँ की एक party है. This agreement signed to all larger public and eminent return to democracy and peace. ये agreement 12-point agreement क्यों sign किया गया? To form a democratic government. Clear? Now, in 2006, this people movement for democracy began gaining immense force. Now, we'll continue with this lesson in our next class today itself after 10 minutes. I hope you'll be back to understand the lesson more. So that's all for just now. After 10 minutes, we'll meet again. Thank you.